Welcome back to Inside South Florida. As back to school kicks into high gear, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Miami-Dade are welcoming back students to their facility, and Miriam sat down with President of the Boys and Girls Clubs Miami to see how the club is adjusting to new changes this school year. Check it out.
Alex, it's so good to see you. It's so good to have you on the show. Let's talk about the Boys and Girls Club back to school program. Time to see the kiddos after school, during school. It's amazing. Tell me more about that, Alex.
Sure, it definitely is back to school. And if you haven't noticed, then you have not been driving, because you can see that on the road right away, right?
Yeah.
We have our programs are in full swing. Our after-school educational programs are in full swing. We got homework assistance, computer, art, social skills, STEM, fitness, and just kids have a great time here. Of course, it's still a little different because there's still a lot of protocols we got to follow and whatnot, but the kids are back. They're super happy to be back. And some of the kids were not going to school last year, and some of them were, so now they're all seeing each other for the first time, so they're super excited.
I have to know, I know we're a little bit under the back to school time, but have any of the students told you, like, it's so good to see you, it's so good to be back? Like, what's the energy like at Boys and Girls Club of Miami-Dade? Yeah,
I mean, you're absolutely right. Yeah, they thought more than anything to each other and to their mentors. And they're like, I'm happy to see you. And then some of these kids have gotten older now, so they might not have the same group leader, and then they see the group leader from last year, and then they go and give them a hug. So you can kind of see the whole thing, the dynamics of we missed you. So there's definitely a thing of it's good to be back. We missed. They were actually one of the things they mentioned is that we missed the game room, we missed the gym, we missed all these activities that we do here. So it's kind of fun to hear them talk about that kind of stuff.
Now, I'm sure a lot of our viewers that are moms are very intrigued into putting their kids into after school, for especially maybe, let's say, Boys and Girls Club. What could you tell them to ensure them that they're safe, that their kids are in safe hands?
Sure. I mean, the biggest thing is obviously safety. That's been not only this year, but every year, because that's what, when you're entrusting us with your kids, we want to make sure that we're ensuring safety. So this year, of course, being a little different with the COVID protocols, and we have hand washing stations and hand cleaners and all that kind of stuff, and the masks, and there's this whole protocol that we follow. So I always tell parents, look, whether it's us or another program or whatnot, there's certain questions that you need to ask before enrolling your kid, and one of them is, let's talk about, particularly now, about safety, about the staffing, about pickups and those kind of things. How do we go about that? And I know a lot of places have been limiting tours of the facilities, but we've started where we can, certain times in the morning, we can do tours. When there's nobody here, you can come in, we'll give you a tour of the facility so you can kind of see where your kid's going to be, all that kind of stuff, all the different activities where they're going to be at, and all those type of things. So I think those are important questions that as parents, they should probably ask wherever they're placing their kids, whether it's Boys and Girls Clubs or anywhere else, they should be asking those questions.
Lastly, for you, seeing the kids, they're here, they're back, it's back to school. What does that feel for you to have them back now in a somewhat regular kind of environment?
Yeah, it actually feels really good to have them back. It personally feels good to be able to do that. Also, you can see it in our staff, because our staff is really dedicated to the kids. So when they're able to, be there and help them and help so many kids and whatnot, it really makes a difference for the kids, for the staff, for everybody. We're all part of one big community. And if we can all chip in and do our part and help these kids grow and develop, these kids will remember everything that they learn here. They'll remember, and it shapes them for the rest of their life. So it's exciting to be part of that, and that families allow us to help them with their children.
As a